peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. Your host is his divine masculine brother AdMinister Taalik Ibn'rad.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is your favorite cousin, Ibn'rad, aka Brother Patah, Big BKEL, and a plethora of various names and other handles. Now, don't let the suit, the tie, or the mask fool you, brothers and sisters, because I am here to give you advice. And I have learned over the years that it is best to give advice to our people through an image that they trust, love, and embrace the most. Hell, some of you all are probably on your knees praying and worshiping me as I speak. And this should come as no surprise, because whether someone who looks as hideous as I do at the moment comes in the form of a banker, ruthless attorney, parasitic politician, satanic surgeon, or jackleg preacher, they are welcome with open arms in the black community today. So, since we have that cleared, I will go ahead and start my new vlog, which is a continuation of my series on self-preservation. I call this Self-Preservation Part 1, Challenging Monetary Meltdown by Requiring Resources. Now that you all have gotten used to my beautiful face, I will begin. Now what you all are looking at is a Federal Reserve note, also known as legal tender. Scratch if you're in a back alley shooting craps, playing CeeLo, or clowning around at your local pool hall. Shh, don't tell anybody I lost $60 last week. Now I am showing you all this because it has come as no secret that a single, such as the one in my right hand, has become nearly useless unless you plan on going to a strip club and making it rain the way your favorite minstrel show rap artist does on his latest video, aptly entitled Jiggle for George. Jiggle for George, jiggle for George. I think I like the way she jiggled for George. Well, that was a joke, and you didn't get it. But hopefully you do get this. Now, with the oversurge of Federal Reserve notes, i.e. dollars, being dumped into the surplus, no one is going to be able to escape what is coming in the near future unless they have prepared themselves and their family for the monetary meltdown which is coming soon. Now, for you brothers and sisters who are still clinging to that 2008 election poster that says change, I send my condolences, because Barack Obama is just here to coddle you clowns with lullabies and lies, like every politicking that has come before him. Just this past Tuesday, I drove by a neighborhood poll and saw many of my confused people standing in line and looking very excited when they have no idea how to enforce a politician to work for us rather than against us. While looking at my brothers and sisters, I couldn't help but notice the fact that I didn't see not one Asian or Mexican standing in line, and that instantly should tell you that you do not need to vote for a slime ball, because if you're about the business of organizing your people and creating jobs outside of the scope of special interest groups and federal, state, and local hustlers, then the slime balls will come to you, because you have a piece of the action that they want. And that, my friends, is when they will work for you. Now, moving on. One definite way to stop a monetary meltdown from leaving you and your family looking like something fresh out of a Mad Max movie is collecting precious metals, valuable resources, and hard assets as opposed to liquid assets. And the commodity that is kicking tail all over the earth at the present moment is silver bullion. Now, I should have come out with this video a long time ago when I was busy buying silver at $16 and $17 an ounce, but I had other obligations, mainly my own family, since I am the only male. Which reminds me, maybe I should do the same mass presentation for them that I am doing for you, because none of those Negroes seem to listen either. I've tried to convince them on countless occasions to purchase silver and prepare themselves, but instead they're busy saying, "Whatever, man, the dollar is dope. Why would I want to buy silver? I'm not trying to kill werewolves." And so, my brothers and sisters, I, myself, sui juris, being duly affirmed propria persona, in accordance with natural law, state that it is better to hold something of physical value than placated promise, meaning that it is time to get your head out of your ass and abandon the dollar if you happen to be holding on to quite a few. Now, what you are looking at behind me is a large part of my personal collection of precious metals, which is mainly silver. I also have lots of copper, but I am displaying the silver because it is the hottest thing on the market right now. Now, right now, an ounce of silver is going for almost $27 an ounce, and it is steadily rising. I estimate that it will be close to $30 an ounce by New Year's Eve. So this means that many of you all have missed the bust to buy chunks of silver by the ounce, but that still doesn't mean that you can't rack up on some for the future. Now, this right here that I'm about to display for you is a half-ounce round. There's one right here. Here's a half-ounce round. And you can buy these for half the price of an ounce. Right there. It has the eagle on the back and the walking liberty on the front. Now, if your money is too low for a half ounce, then buy you some 1/4 cut rounds or 1/10 rounds. Here's a bag of the 1/4 cut. These are 1/4 cut rounds right here. Hell, if you can't afford that, crap, buy yourself some 1 gram rounds. Like I said, buy you silver at any cost. I have 1 ounces, I have half ounces, 1/4 ounces, 1/10, and grams that are ready and available for trade once things go haywire in the future. Now, I also have gold, but I definitely don't advise folks to purchase gold because of 2 reasons. Number 1 is the fact that gold is only sought after for jewelry, while silver is used for jewelry, microwaves, monitors, laptops, watches, TVs, cell phones, satellites, military machinery, weapons, high-tech thermal air conditioning units, and a bunch of other crap. Gold is also too damn expensive, and that's the second reason why I urge you not to waste your time in it. Because 1 ounce of gold right now is going roughly under $1,400 an ounce. And in fact, if you are going to purchase gold anyway, I suggest that you go no higher than purchasing 1/4 ounce rounds. Right here, oh God, sorry about that. Now right here I have 6 1/4 ounce rounds. Okay, grams. Here, right here. 1/4 ounce rounds. It's 1, it's 2, and here are the other 4 that I have. I also have 1/10 ounce rounds right here. 1 gram. You see how tiny they are. So that right there should tell you something. Now 1 gram of gold is about $50 right now, and 1/10 of an ounce will cost you about $140 a coin. Now you can buy these Canadian maple leaf 1 ounce grams right here, roughly for about $380 a pop. But as I said before, I wouldn't even waste my time investing in this. Because you can purchase 15 1 ounce rounds of silver for the same price. And silver, as I said before, has come much more of a value on the global market. Now, I'm just going to slide away from the camera and I'm going to go ahead and show you other pieces that I've acquired. Now, here we have a 1 ounce buffalo. 1 ounce buffalo. You can get this from QSB, quality silver bullion. Oh, we'll fix that later. Here. Now this is one of my favorite pieces right here. This right here is called a divisible panner. You see the panner on the front collecting gold or silver, and you see right here that it can be broken up 4 ways or chiseled 4 ways. It's a nice piece right here. You can break that up 4 ways and trade however you want. Here's a 1 ounce silver bar. I have quite a few of these. Now when it comes to the bars, I suggest that you stay away from them too. Try to get as many rounds as possible. Even though silver is silver. I will tell you that. And these right here are 10 ounce bars. These are from Monarch Precious Metals. A couple of these. These right here are 2 10 ounce bars as well. Liberty bars. I copped them from QSB some time back. Quality silver bullion. Now I'm not much for presentation or anything like that. I'm merely showing you all this to let you know, as I said before, a bird in the hand is worth more than a bush. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is your favorite cousin, saycheribnrad, aka Brother Patal, BIGBKEL, and a whole host of various names and other handles. Rise and shine, everybody. It's dawn time. And this right here is part 2 of my self-preservation series. Long-awaited part 2. Big up the Statuesque 1. This right here is a message to everyone to get in shape, or get back in shape, or get in some sort of fit shape as our economy collapses.
Me myself, I've gone through a huge transformation, losing lots of weight and just building myself back up over the course of the last few months. I mean, and I'm gonna let everybody know. See, I'm using when I put myself in mode to get in shape, or when I'm there, I'm usually a gym rat. I'm usually one of those person that stays in the gym. But I'm gonna let everybody know, once our economy collapses, there is no going to Gold's Gym, Bally's, or Planet Fitness, or wherever you go to, you know, get back in shape. There's none of that. So we're gonna have to get back out on the dime, run, hit weights in our home, or, you know, you don't have to do that. Do some mechanical work on your car. Do that. Do gardening work. You know, anything. You know, run up and down stairs, walk up and down stairs, do anything to get back in some sort of shape. Because I'm gonna let you know, once gas prices hit $5, $6, or $7 a gallon, you're not gonna be able to drive here and there at a complete luxury. You're gonna have to get out on a bicycle or find you a group of folks, and, you know, all of y'all go to the store together. To me, I'm at a local park around my neighborhood. As you see, I got quite a track in front of me. Once I hit that bridge that you see right there, I'm gonna jog over there, and then I'm gonna run some laps around that football field that you see right there. After I leave that, over this way, if you can see, there's another football field. Right behind that football field is a set of rolling hills. I do some calisthenics and run up those hills, about 3 to 4 miles worth of good work. You know, keeps me fit, and it's free of charge. So everybody, take this message, please. Get back in shape. Get back in shape, please, as our economy collapses, because we are going to really need it. You know, you can't be no slowpoke or no, you know, no roly-poly, you know, begging everybody to go certain places for you, because it's not going to happen. You need to get out here on your own and make it happen. So that's my message for self-preservation part 2, to get back in shape. I love everybody. Peace. Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is your favorite cousin, Ibn'rad, aka Brother Patah, Big BKL, and a whole host of various names and other handles. Welcome to self-preservation part 3, preparing your nest. Now, in this video, I will be going over food and water storage, as well as keeping a large amount of cleaning supplies, medical equipment, emergency equipment, and toiletries during a shit hit the fan situation, emergency situation, or just preparing for this economic collapse which is coming. Now, I consider this video that I'm doing right now the most important video that I'll probably ever post on YouTube. More important than any of the social commentary videos that I've uploaded, more important than any of the videos where I've talked about collecting precious metals and commodities. And a large reason for that is because the number one commodity on the planet is food. Well, number two, the two top ones are food and water. Okay, you need that. You need that more than gold. You need that more than silver, copper, oil, anything. In fact, silver, copper, oil, You know, all those things are just tools in order to get us food and water. So now that I have your attention, I'm going to move on. I'm going to start right here in my kitchen. Now, as you see, I have been stocking up for quite some time. Not much room left in this kitchen to store things. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you all is my fire extinguisher. Now, I keep it right by the door frame for a reason. Rather than keep it, you know, behind a refrigerator or up in, you know, some area that's deep inside the kitchen, I like to keep it right outside, right within the door frame's reach, because there might be a fire going on already within the kitchen. Now, I don't want to have to reach for it, you know, and get all smoldered up with fire. You know, I can reach for this right outside the kitchen or run outside the kitchen just in case, you know, there's a large explosion or something. Grab this, put the fire out, and I'm good to go. Okay? Now, moving on to this food and this water storage. First thing I'm going to show you all is the cabinet. Now, you want to keep things like peanut butter, you know, plenty of canned goods, spaghettis, soup. Up here I have dry foods, couscous, rice-a-roni, things of that magnitude. You want to get oatmeal, spaghetti. Okay? Now I have a system of when this gets emptied out, what I do is I go straight here and I restock from here and put this here, and I go to, see if you can see it, I go to this tub which is in the kitchen, and I start restocking this. I start putting this tub in here, and I just restock from there. Okay, now you see some cups right here on top of this water. Now there's a reason for that. You want to keep as many plastic cups or disposable cups and as much disposable silverware as possible, because you don't want to have to be in a situation where you're constantly washing your silverware just in case there's a water shortage or anything. Now up here I also keep water. In this 2-bedroom apartment that I have, I've managed to stock up and store almost 200 gallons of water. Now you want to keep lots of bottled water. If you're going to buy bottled water, I suggest you buy these thick bottles like this. This right here is some disposable plates as well. Now, you also want to, you know, I don't really do it up too much with all the jellies and jams, but just in case I want to trade with somebody, it's available. You also want to store lots of peanuts, as you can see in the corner, and other nuts. I don't know if you can see this. I also keep lots of bulk nuts like this. Trail mix is also good. These right here, you know, little granola bars. Keep some up here. Always keep stocked up on that. Now we're going to move on. Spices are also valuable. You might want to trade some. This right here is more stock of water. Now I don't have that much soda, but you know, just enough. I don't really do soda too much because it dehydrates you, but hey, I do have a thing for Sprite and Sierra Mist. Want to get some Powerade if possible too. You know, your electrolytes might be down. Now I'm going to move on to this closet. Now, in this closet, I keep lots of toilet paper. Now, that right there is an automatic propane heater that I don't have to plug in or anything. I keep propane cans up there as well. Now, I'm going to go back to the kitchen and show you all something real quick. Now, underneath my kitchen sink, I keep lots of along with bleach, cleaning supplies, and things of that nature. I keep lots of empty bottles, thick bottles like this, empty glass bottles, because if there's a water shortage of some kind, or I might need to, the water, I might have to, use this to clean. So, now, we're going to move on to the master bedroom. Now, in here, I keep lots of detergent and cleaning supplies, which I'm about to show you real quick. Alright. My shelves are like stocked to the brim with cleaning supplies. The other thing that you want to keep is extra blankets, extra comforters, as you can see right there. Right here I got wipes, little Equate wipes, Lysol wipes. And I also, even though I'm a guy that lives alone, I have some feminine products just in case I'm stuck in here with a female. Now, many of you brothers might laugh, but hey, I'm not going to be the one, stuck with some woman that's bitching and moaning and complaining because she doesn't have the things that she needs to treat her problems. Now, moving on. This is my favorite room of my little apartment. This right here is my second bedroom. I use this as a storage facility, weight training facility. And as you could probably tell, I usually fall asleep and lounge in here most of the time. I don't even really sleep in the other bedroom. I'm comfortable in this environment because it has everything that I need. And yeah, if you've noticed, I am a Redskins fan. Thumbs down to all you Dallas haters. Peace out to Art Monk, Hall of Famer. Now, in this room, I have much more stocked up food, oodles and noodles or ramen noodles. In here, I have more noodles, pastas, oatmeal, crackers, another tub. I have probably about 4 of these tubs all filled up with canned goods. You see the Bush's baked beans, the chunky soup, more soup, manwich. Now here, I got rice. I have, you can't really see it, I have rice. In my hand right here is more pasta, some more Bush's baked beans, soups. That's another tote that I've been filling up right there. That's much bigger. Now right here, you can't see it, but right there in those blue totes, I keep a lot of MREs that go up to 25 years. I have a 25-year shelf life on the MREs that are in those blue totes. And this right here is more dry food. You want to keep as much dry food as possible. More dry food. This is the Mountain House foods right there. This right here will last up to about 2018, 2019, give or take. Scrambled eggs. I have some beef stew right here. It's just ice cream. Spaghetti with meatballs. You get a number of different meals. You also want to keep an emergency kit. This is one where I have some what is this, cotton swabs. Got some peroxide right there. Alcohol. Little first aid kit right there. I keep lots of old athletic tapes. I pretty much took them from all my sports bags and pretty much added them to my little emergency kits. You want to keep razors on you. Now, I'm usually an electric shave guy, but hey, during the shit hit the fan scenario, you got to man up. Got my power supplies right here. Now, this right here, outside of the box, is the propane, is my other propane heater. You know, just in case all power's out and I gotta heat myself up. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, family. Living this lifestyle, this prepper lifestyle, you're gonna have plenty of old relatives, old friends, and what have you. You know, laugh at you, make fun of you, or what have you. But hey, you tell them like I tell them. It's your prerogative. In fact, it's my prerogative. I can prep if I want to prep. It's my prerogative. Because when shit hits the fan, I'm going to tell you to step. It's my prerogative. See if the stores have a damn thing left. It's my prerogative. And I'm packing the gat if you're thinking about theft. Don't get me wrong. This ain't about troops. Being prepared is just my thing. Cause once they come with the martial law, I won't be around. I'll be busy chilling while you face down in the ground. Alright, y'all. Peace.
Okay, guys, there is some major breaking information coming out about FEMA buying up all kinds of dried foods. They are putting out requests for meeting quotas or amounts that they're looking for. They're looking for millions of meals, 14 million meals per day. This is to sustain a disaster on the New Madrid fault line. All of the things that have been happening with the dead birds, if you correlate the coordinates, they're doing something with HARP, and it all lines up with the Gulf oil spill and the drilling into that area where that fault line is. They're trying to start a major quake in the United States, I believe. Either that or they know it's coming, I don't know what it is, or they're trying to buy up the food because they know they're making runs on food right now. And the government is trying to buy up all the food. This is why I keep telling people to buy the food. You guys have to watch this video. Go to my favorites. It's going to be on my main page. You have to watch this video. You have to think clearly. You have to put together the pieces of the puzzle. The elites are doing something to us right now, guys. This is not a bunch of bullcrap. This is reality. Look at the request here. This just happened, and they need it. They said they need it by the 26th. Do you understand? They need it by the 26th. Why do they need it by January 26th? Because they're expecting something. Please, if you can watch this video, please put aside 25 minutes and go look at the featured video on my channel. I will put a link to it in this video. You need to sit down and listen and pay attention to what this man is saying. And get your food. Nobody's trying to make money here. We're trying to get you aware and prepared so you have some food when all this crap hits the fan. My God. People, wake up. Something's about to happen.
What's up, YouTubers? It's Mike here. Once again with some groundbreaking evidence in regards to an intentional effort to create a sizable event at the New Madrid seismic zone. This is damning evidence. Of course, it's always damning when you're on the other side of the fence doing all the dirty work. And anyhow, if you haven't heard of me, then I'd say the media is doing their job and keeping your focus away from these events. And if you have heard of me, it's thanks to the YouTubers who all collaborate in an effort together to spread the truth about what's happening. And so, in having said that, I ask anybody who sees this video to pass this on to as many people as earthly possible. Re-upload this video to your channel. Do whatever it is you got to do to get this information out. This is how dire this information is. If something was happening to our world, which it is, and I'll do a brief overview on it. However, if something was happening to our world that was so major that it affected the entire population, would you not want to try to tell as many people as possible? Why do you think the mainstream media has gone quiet? They've gone hush-hush on everything. You know, it's awfully strange that the media picked up the story at the beginning of the year of all these animals dying, and then 1 week into it, there was that event in Arizona, and then their focus shifted altogether, and they haven't said not one single peep about this since. However, reports continue to pour in from around the world. Media reports, personal reports, with evidence that thousands upon thousands of animals are still dropping dead. What the hell is going on here, people? This should ring a bell for you, okay? This should ring a bell. So let's get started on this brief overview here. I first reported at the beginning of the year that the first 3 animal kill zones coincided with the antenna array configuration for the software used by Digisonde receivers that are utilized by HAARP and other such ionospheric heaters. And in this picture, I show the 3 die-off locations are at the 120-degree angle from each other and define the perimeter of the most active region of the New Madrid fault. The HAARP antennas calibrate signals using a 120-degree radiating angle from the center point. The Digisonde computes comparative signal strength along with each ray of the antenna for directional tuning. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go into depth on this stuff because, well, if you really need to see it all, you can go back on my channel and look at the videos. But I do want to give a brief overview. We'll skip on to the next picture here. And this pretty much shows the 3 towns that first started off the animal die-offs: Gilbertsville, Kentucky, Beebe, Arkansas, and LaBarre, Louisiana. And it shows the focal point in between the 120-degree area, and it just so happens that that focal point sits right above the most active region of the New Madrid seismic zone. Okay, so and having said all that, let me go ahead and get this next picture up. Sorry, my screen capture software slows my computer down. Right here we have the locations of Digisonde receivers around the world. Okay, and I'm sure this isn't all of them, but these are the ones that are reported. So, and then when you put in the animal die-offs, and I'm sure this has been updated since, anywhere these Digisonde receivers line up is where there have been animal kills. So, and moving on, this is a map used by originally produced by Edgar Casey and used by the Air Force. It's called the Navy. I'm sorry. It's now used for, I guess, to show soldiers what the coastlines of America will look like. And if you have a hard time believing that, I want you to pay real close attention to the center of the United States here. That's the Mississippi Valley. Okay, this is what Edgar Casey had projected. Now I'm going to show you a real-time picture, like an updated computer image of the same event. You see that? Now, do you let me go right here, and do you see this? This is about the area that BP oil well was drilling, And you see where that rift or fault line comes out at Louisiana and Mississippi. Well, that oil rig was drilling not too far from there. And where it drilled actually created a big amount of instability in this fault zone. So, and having said that, I'll move on to the next picture. Okay. This right here, now we're connecting the dots here. This is important, and I still hadn't got to the damning evidence yet, so y'all stay with me, okay? It's important we know all this stuff. This has to do with FEMA camps, okay? Now I'm going to read this paragraph. Halliburton has been awarded a contract announced by the Department of Homeland Security, United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement component. The indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contingency contract is to support ICE facilities and has a maximum total value of $385 million over a 5-year term. The contract provides for establishing temporary detention and processing capabilities in the event of an emergency influx of immigrants into the United States or to support the rapid development of new programs. Excuse me. Okay, well, we all know that's a cover. That gives them a reason to go ahead and build these facilities and leave them laying empty until they're actually used and filled up by people like who? Us. Moving on. Let's connect the dots with the FEMA coffins from a few years back. We all thought the FEMA coffins were put there because of the swine flu. They were made because of the swine flu. Now I'm starting to see this is bullshit. Excuse my French, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited about all of this news, not in a good way either. So you just have to bear with me in my language. You know, I'm not out here trying to please one person or another. I'm just trying to get the news out. So bear with me. Anyhow, company Vantage Corporation in North Georgia was awarded a contract to build all of these coffins. Okay, notice Vantage with the symbolism in their name there. You see that? Anyways, the Illuminati are big on symbolism, and they're also big on hints. But anyways, this company was awarded a contract to build all of these FEMA coffins. We all thought it was for the swine flu. Well, guess how wrong we were. And I did witness myself these coffins being transported through Indiana, which also lays on a New Madrid fault zone. Right here, we'll show you pictures of the coffins being stored in Georgia. And right here, we see, well, this is more back towards the FEMA camps here. This is Swift Luck Green's Department of Homeland Security in Central Wyoming and Maximum Security Facility. But anyways, going back to the coffins here, this is North Georgia where they're storing hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of these coffins. There's a reason for these. You know, there's a reason that each coffin can hold up to 3 or 4 bodies. All right, they're not going to be nice and neat about it. It's going to be sloppy work, and bodies are going to get stashed in these things and burned off. Something's going on. Okay, these coffins were not, or I'm sorry, supposed coffin liners were not ordered, and this company was not contracted to make these for no reason. Well, now that reason is taken on a face that we can actually see. It's not just a mystery now. Okay, so bear with me. All these FEMA trains that were once talked about here a while back. Well, they're going to use those things, okay? Those things are going to be used. Now, I'm not sure if the picture that I'm depicting here is the actual train, but I do know and have seen pictures of these rail cars with rows of bench seats in them and rails right above the seats. And to me, that indicates a place to handcuff somebody as they sit and are transported. And the thing you got to remember is the Illuminati and Freemasons, they're all about giving off hints to events, okay? And you got to remember, President Biden has been doing all of the hinting since the Obama campaign took the presidency. In the beginning of the campaign, when they first were awarded the seat of the President of the United States, Obama clearly stated, okay, or I'm sorry, not Obama, Joe Biden clearly stated that this was going to be a train-friendly administration. That's kind of like rubbing it in your face right there without giving it away, don't you think? He also stated that this administration was going to be tested in an extreme manner, and I am pretty sure he was referring to the events that we're about to face. So anyways, having said that and showed you these pictures, I'd like to take you to some articles that I've been reading here as of lately. And with these articles, I'm going to show you the new proof. First off, animal deaths are still being reported across the world. Okay? We've got Beijing, China, reporting all kinds of dead birds. And you know, in the article it says that it says that they've died of starvation and unfavorable weather conditions. I think that's BS, and I'm going to call them on it. They're twisting. You know, all around the world, there's a different reason for every group of animals that dies. Okay? That's called disinformation from the media. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that the hundreds of thousands of animals that have died are dying for one reason. I mean, when it's all at the same time, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So, we move on to all these fish dying, fish kills. They say, well, these guys are trapped in the ice, and that's why they've died. Once again, they're coming off with a BS reason as to why the animals are dying, and they're feeding it to the public. That's BS, folks. Don't pay attention to that. It's not true. They're filling your heads full of lies, okay? Now we're going to move on to, let's see what we have here. Okay, now, for those of you that don't believe in chemtrailing, which they've done here today, chemtrailing and geoengineering and weather modification, I want to show you this website called Weather Modification Incorporated. And I'm going to show you a list of all of the countries and states that are involved in this. Okay? Look at all these countries. Okay? These are all names that would throw off the normal person, but when you know about chemtrailing, you know this is just a cover. These are just covers. Look at all of them in the United States. Most of these countries just have one or two facilities, but look how many the United States has. Okay? Look at the names of these facilities, all right? Nevada State Cloud Seeding Program, North Dakota Cloud Modification Project, okay? New Mexico BLAST, which is an acronym for Burst Light and Stratus Transmission Project, okay? I mean, it could go on and on, all right? Oklahoma Weather Modification Project. It goes on and on. Illinois Weather Modification Projects. Gradient Weather Modification Projects. And this stuff just, it goes on and on. Stanislaus Weather Modification Program. State of South Dakota, Department of Natural Resources, Division of Weather Modification. Texas Central High Plains Rainfall Enhancement Program. I mean, like I said, the list goes on and on. So they cannot deny that weather modification is taking place, because here it is in black and white for all of you to see. Okay? So I just wanted to get that out the way, because this morning I woke up and the clouds were so thick with chemtrails. The sky was so thick, and it appeared that the sun, didn't rise at its normal time. It seemed like it lingered for about 15 or 20 minutes longer than it should have. Now, I'm sure that's probably not the case, and I might be off, but I can guarantee you that the sun did not come up at its normal time. I get up every morning at 6 o'clock to go to work, so I know what it looks like when the sun comes up, and I know about what time it gets to be light out. Well, this morning, that wasn't the case. It was so thick and nasty out as well this morning with chemtrails that the moon was just a speck of light behind these thick, nasty, soupy-looking chemtrail clouds. So they're spraying this stuff up there for a reason, and I wonder if it's not only, I wonder if it's for multi-purposes, like to support the weather modification programs, also to support the HARP program, because it does release chemicals that help to electrify the atmosphere. And I also wonder if at the same time they hide things from us so that we can't see, or so that it throws us off, such as the position of the sun, the moon, things of that nature. Well, guess what, folks? The sun made an appearance in Alaska a couple of days ago for 12 minutes, a couple of days before it's supposed to appear. In Greenland, the sun came up 2 days earlier than it was supposed to. I'm hearing stories about the moon being off track in the sky. These stories are coming in from around the world. So something very, very big is taking place. Okay, something is happening. It's being covered up. Nobody's talking about it. I feel that it's very odd that even Alex Jones isn't talking about the Earth changes per se, like as far as the sun rising early in places, or the moon being off track. Why is that? I don't know. He's all about making people pissed off and making them think the war's fixing to start. However, he's not talking about the things that are important. And right now, the events of what's happening in the world are very important because it affects us all. It's the planet Earth, folks. It's a global thing. We are all going to be affected. We all need to prepare for what's coming. Now, I still hadn't gotten to the new evidence here that I've got against FEMA, and that helps to support our theory about an intentional earthquake. Now, I'm sure those people out there are going, well, hurry on, get to it. Well, if you're in a situation that requires you to hurry up and get to that information, and you can't spend 10 minutes of your time, or 15 minutes, or even 30 minutes gathering this information to learn something, then you don't need to be here. So, and we'll go ahead and say that. You don't need to be here. Anyhow, moving on, I want to get to how the Gulf of Mexico oil spill is, and this was written summer of last year, okay? And it talks about the New Madrid fault zone, okay? You need to look here, all right? There's a very important aspect of the Gulf of Mexico oil spill crisis that hardly anyone is talking about. You see, it's not just an oil spill that BP has unleashed on the floor of the Gulf of Mexico. What BP has done is that they have uncorked an oil volcano that is violently spewing oil and gas out of the floor of the Gulf of Mexico so violently and with such pressure that is beyond the capacity of human technology to control it. Well, they said they got it, and that's what the oil cap was for. Remember, this was written the summer of last year, so bear with me. Millions upon millions of gallons of oil have already been pumped into the Gulf of Mexico, and millions upon millions more will continue to be pumped into the Gulf before all of this is over. So could all this violent activity on the floor of the Gulf of Mexico spark seismic activity in the region that could potentially be absolutely catastrophic? Pay attention, folks. Could this oil volcano cause an earthquake along the New Madrid fault line that is so powerful that it could bring about the end of the world as we know it for those living in the area? Those are legitimate questions. And it goes on to talk about this, and I'll leave a link there for all you guys who want to come back and read the full story. But think about it. That was summer of last year, and here we are going through these events now. And I'm absolutely sure that they are that they have something to do with the BP oil spill. And here's another article that's very interesting, and it goes on to talk about, and this is the article that I got that had that map right there, and it says the Mississippi Canyon and what a seismic or nuclear event could trigger. Okay, and what they're talking about is when they were discussing options for blowing that well with a nuclear bomb, that it would create activity in the seismic zone, the New Madrid seismic zone. I say New Madrid, tomato, for all you picky folks out there, you know, whatever. Anyways, this is what could happen to the Mississippi Valley with an event that, like we're talking about here. Look at the east coast of Texas, how much underwater it is. Look at all these areas underwater, okay? Looking over here at North Carolina, man, it gets kind of close to where we're at, but, you know, we're up in the mountains, so we're in this mountain range right here, so I feel safe and secure for now. But look, it practically separates the entire east coast from the west. The entire east coast from the west. What's going to happen to us all? What is this going to do to our lives? You think about it. I'll link up this story for all the rest of you guys to read. Right here's a website that it's a sunrise, sunset calendar. Like for you guys to all pay attention to this site. I'll put a link down in more details, because we need to keep track of when the sun is rising and when it's setting. All right, because something is wrong. The world is vibrating, the world is shaking, and it's throwing off our sunrise and sunset and the path of the moon. If you guys can't see that the gravity of this earth is being perturbed, that something is going on, I don't know what else to tell you, but I'm trying to offer you information here that'll help you solve this puzzle and put the pieces together. So I'll link up to that in the more details section of the video. Now let's get to the evidence here. Finally, getting to the evidence. Now, I reported that FEMA was buying up all the freeze-dried food that is available for survivalists and whatnot. Now here we have the proof. This was issued on the 20th of January 2011. Notice type, sources sought. Okay, and who this applies to: all other miscellaneous food manufacturing. Contracting Office, Department of Homeland Security, Federal Emergency Management Agency. Okay, so those are the customers here that are buying up all of the food. And here we go. Let's go back to where it's important here. Description: the Federal Emergency Management Agency procures and stores prepackaged commercial meals to support readiness capability for immediate distribution to disaster survivors routinely. The purpose of this request for information is to identify sources of supply for meals in support of disaster relief efforts based on a catastrophic disaster event within the New Madrid fault system for a survivor population of 7 million to be utilized for the sustainment of life during a 10-day period of operations. All right, they're planning on this, guys. Check it out. FEMA is considering the following specifications: 14 million meals per day. Okay, then it goes on to say what the serving size and nutrition of these foods should be. Okay, now look at them. This is going out to all these organizations. They're doing a questionnaire on whether or not these companies can support this request. Okay, and they're numbered questions all throughout, and I will provide a link for this as well for you to read. Here we go. Something else interesting. Remember, I told you Walmart was designated as a FEMA store and would be one of the only retailers out there allowed to distribute and sell food products to Americans. Now look at this. Does your organization have the capabilities to deliver products directly to FEMA's CONUS distribution centers? CONUS is, I think it stands for, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not contingency, but continuity of the United States. Okay, CONUS, that's what I believe it stands for, something along them lines. Okay, and it shows that they're asking people, do you qualify for this contract? Okay, and it says vendors are encouraged to ask the government questions regarding this potential requirement. Okay, and they're saying that all submissions for this request must be in no later than 2 p.m. 26th of January 2011. They're pushing for something. Think about it. Connect the dots, people. All right, FEMA coffins. They were out 2 years ago. This tells you this is something that's been in the works, that's been planned. Okay, 3 years ago. I'm sorry, for the FEMA coffins. And now look, they are requesting all these meals be. They're looking for a company that can support delivering all of this food to where they want it to. And it states right here that the purpose of the request for information is to identify sources of supply for meals in support of disaster relief efforts based on a catastrophic disaster event within a New Madrid fault system. All right, look at for a survival population of 7 million. They're looking at serving 14 million meals per day. Something is right around the corner, folks. I've shown you guys the seismic activity. If you haven't seen it, you need to go look. All right, I've got videos that show the activity that I've taken note of, and I've got videos that show normal activity. For all those skeptics that say what I was showing people was normal, shoot, you need to go to the video that shows the normal activity, and then eat your words, okay? Because for me, I think you're shills. I think you're out there trying to ease people's minds about all of this. Look, I'm not Chicken Little, and I'm not calling that the sky is falling, but I'm calling for this is all cause for alarm, okay? And you can react with common sense and a plan and prepare for this event, or you can react with fear, okay, and not get nothing accomplished at all because you're too scared. All right, you're too shocked by the news that you're receiving. But something is going on in the world. The media is not reporting about it. This is a very, 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 very important thing. All right? All of the dots are coming together. FEMA coffins, trains, the New Madrid, the birds and the animals, everything is all finally falling in place. The dots are finally being connected. This is just one more nail in the coffin in regards to proof against our government, the New Madrid fault system, and HARP, and all the intentional efforts at creating drama in our daily lives with a catastrophic event. Okay? If you guys need any further information, please, before you PM me, look down in the more detailed section of the video, and there will be links to everything that we're looking at here, okay? And I'll be glad to answer your questions as best as I can, but something is coming right around the bend. And if you don't believe that this isn't something that we need to pass around to every single person we know, then I hate it. Something's wrong with you. Okay, because this is a catastrophic event on such a level that it involves everybody, the whole global community. Okay, even a little event at the seismic zone, the New Madrid seismic zone, is cause for an alarm because it would affect the entire world. I mean, the death of the Gulf Stream has already affected most of Europe's weather conditions. Over there, reporting that they haven't seen winters like this for 1,000 years. Okay, everything points to pole shift, a new intentional ice age, like I've been talking about, and martial law in regards to a catastrophic event that is being planned for. Now, this isn't something, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about this. It's coming. And if you can't see the signs and everything that I'm showing you, then I'm sorry. I guess I have to say you deserve to be where you're at after an event because, well, you didn't want to listen, you refused to see the signs, and you believed your local media and your mainstream media outlets. Well, that's what they want. They want you to throw your hands out for some help when it goes down. Guess what, guys? I ain't going to do it. I hope none of you do either. Now, let's get this information out here to people. Let's get them to researching and investigating. I see a lot of people out there, and I hear from a lot of people who are talking about how they're opening the eyes of coworkers and friends and family, and they're doing it in the right way. They're not trying to shove all this information down their throat at the same time. They're giving them bits and pieces. And once some people look at the bits and pieces, the doubters or the people that just don't know about it, once they look at the bits and pieces, they come back for more. You know, they're hungry for more information, and that's how you do it. Kudos go out to all them people who are busting their asses to get this information out there. That's how important this is, okay? And there's something else I need you to know. Things are happening because of the fact that me and Jenny put this information out there for all y'all, okay? Things are happening with her. Things are happening with me. And I need to let each and every one of y'all know that I do have a backup plan in regards to what's going on with me. And if something happens to me, all you guys need to know that my family knows where the location of a digital recorder is. And they can get that, and I have some requests on that digital recorder. And I'd like for everybody to make contact the best that they can, for those that know me, to make contact to get this information public if something were to happen to me. Also, been a victim of electronic harassment. For you guys that have any doubts on that, that actually being a technology that can be used, please research the silent sound spread spectrum technology, okay? Electronic harassment, research it. I'm going through it, but I've got something coming that's gonna fight that. And I'm going to use that to prove in videos that it does happen. So, anyways, and having said all this, let's get this information out there, people. I'm sorry to be long-winded and to sit here and go on and on and on, but guess what? Our world is in danger. And guess what? Where do you live? All right? That's all I need to say. Where do you live? I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for subscribing and viewing these videos, and I thank you for all of your collaborative efforts to get this information out there. I'm making a push for every YouTuber out there that stands for something. Enough respect. John Knowles and Exomatrix TV, all you big timers, Freemason TV out in England, I'm making a call for you guys to put this video on your channel to let people see, because strength comes in numbers. John and AKA Enough Respect, you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Why not use that power to put this information out there? That's how it was given to me. My voice is becoming bigger because of the efforts of John Knowles and Exomatrix TV. He has given me the audience that I need to get this information out there. Now I'm calling out to all you guys to put this information out there, okay? That's how important this is. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.